Alright guys, it has taken me about 3 tries to make this video. I'm exhausted. I am so tired, it's not even funny. I don't even know where to begin. I got a trainer, I'll tell you about that. I'm sitting at Campus Center at this minute in the room. It has been a absolute monsoon here for about the past hour. Like, rain is not like going from here to here, it's more of here to here. The trucks are going back and forth. It's been impressive for about an hour. I was trying to catch a little nap, and the thunder and all that has been something to write home about for sure. It kind of looks, I don't know if you can see out the window here, there's a river running between, right in front of C building, between B and D. It's kind of letting up a little bit now. The sun's starting to come back out, so that's good because we're going to go get something to eat here in just a little bit back to the Millennium Building. But a couple things you need to think about if you're coming here, or you're thinking about coming here. You do your orientation here at Campus Inn, right? So you know, your first few days you don't have a badge. You can't go to the main terminal, which is the Millennium Building. You can't go to the Plaza Building where the pad is and all that stuff, because you don't have access or anything until you have your badge, and that's usually around day 3. From what I understand, we got ours on day 3, and you don't have access to those places. So you're eating and you're doing everything here. Once you get your badge and everything, and you're finishing up, you're towards the end of your orientation process, you're going to start to have classes at the Plaza Building. If you get a trainer that is here and you're training on the pad, you've got to go to the Plaza Building. Well, this is a couple miles away. It's not walking. If you drove your personal vehicle, you can't take it there. So you have to catch the shuttles. There's 4 shuttles that run every 15 minutes. One of those shuttles makes a trip to the airport every other hour. So you have to kind of know the shuttle timing, where to pick up the shuttle, which is right behind the Campus Inn lobby where the cafe is. You stand down there and you wait. So if you have an 8 o'clock class at the Plaza Building, you're going to want to catch a shuttle from here around 6:15, 6:30. There was 40-something people in my class, just my class. There's other people here too that need to use those shuttles. So we had to be there this morning. I got my trainer assigned to me yesterday, and he reached out to me, said, hey, meet me on the pad at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start this. Perfect. So Friday mornings is also the safety meeting at the Millennium Building. You get free breakfast, and the food is phenomenal, guys. It's cheap every other day. Friday mornings, it's free if you're there for the meeting. So we're going over to the meeting, or going over to Millennium this morning, because Plaza is right across the park. I say right across the parking lot. It's like 1,400 steps, I think they said. 1,300 and something steps. It's a long freaking way. The place is huge. So we left out early to make sure that we could get our breakfast done, make it over to the training pad, and meet up with our trainer. And I say our trainer, one of the guys that has gone through orientation with me here, we ended up getting the same trainer. It's one of the guys I've talked to. You know, you kind of find your little group, your niche, and you stick with that. One of the other guys that has kind of been part of that group, he picked up a trainer today, this afternoon. So he didn't get to go with us on that. Kind of a bummer, but it's kind of to be expected. So we got over there this morning. We ate our breakfast. You know, the shuttles fill up quick. You got to get that down pat. Be at a shuttle at a decent time. If you're not leaving an hour early, you're probably going to be late, because there's 100 and something people probably at least that have to make that same trip, and they can only do it 11 or 12 people at a time. So pay attention to that. Know your shuttle schedules. what time you have to be somewhere, and what time you need to leave. Because we caught the very first shuttle at 6 o'clock this morning, and we filled it up. And then the next shuttle pulled right in behind, and it was full. And it was full for the third one. It was a non-stop thing. They just poured into the Millennium Building this morning. Not just people from my class. So, know that. Make sure you leave in enough time to get somewhere where you need to be on time. But anyway, my trainer, couldn't be happier. Absolutely couldn't be happier. I was very nervous about that. I wanted a trainer that we spent most of our time here on the pad. Now, we're going to go out next week, do a couple short runs, he said. There's 3 of us that train with him on his truck. He can only take 2 people at a time, so one of us is going to get left here while the others go out. We'll work that. So that's still a good thing. But I was super nervous about having a trainer. Like I've said before, I'm a socially awkward person. I got on the truck this morning, shook the guy's hand, and I felt like I was talking to an old friend. He has the absolute perfect personality to be a trainer. He done that with all 3 of us. Like, all 3 of us, we joked, we had a good morning. And he was an absolute blast. He taught us the things that we need to know, and we had a good time doing it. That makes it so much easier. We spent some time this morning doing some pre-trip stuff, going over that. Then we started backing. He's like, let's jump right into it. Let's see what you've got, see what we got to work with, and where we need to focus. I was nervous about the parallel park. Straight line back. I've backed 1 million trailers in my lifetime. And yet even ones this big, I've backed them. Parallel parking is where, in my mind, I was struggling. If you have a good trainer that can communicate well and you listen, there's absolutely nothing to it. Nothing to it. First try, I done what he told me to do. He gave me my points of reference. I done it. He explained it to me where I understood what he was talking about with points of reference. First try. Boom. In there. 2 more times right behind it with no instruction. Straight in. And then we had to do, that was, our first time was left hand parallel park. The next one was right hand. So we get to the right hand, and it's just opposite of everything you've done for left hand. First 2 times, boom, in there. Third time, I screwed up. And I'm kind of looking at him like, what do I do? He's like, figure it out. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? You gave me what I needed to know to understand how to do this. I messed up on your instructions. Figure it out. And there was a couple of, other screw ups, not for me, the other drivers, trainees. And he's like, figure it out. He's like, because when you get to the test day, I'm not going to be there to help you. So if you mess up, you need to know how to fix it. And if you can't figure it out, then he'll step in and help you with it. So I played around with it for a few minutes, and what do you know? I realized what I'd done. I was aimed at the wrong cone. I saw that. I got pulled up enough to where I could see the one I was supposed to be aimed at. It clicked in my head, and boom, we're parallel parked. Could not be happier with this guy. Honest to God. His truck is in the beginning of the video, the pictures that with the music playing. John Connell is his name. I do have his permission to put his truck and his information, his name on my YouTube. I told him what I do, and he said that's fine, that's great. I can't video anything while we're on the pad, so that's not going to happen. I was hoping it was, but it's not. So that's cool. Need to be paying attention while you're out there anyway, because we're not the only truck on the yard. Be prepared to be hot. The pad is hot. Oh my God, it's 15 acres, I think they said, of asphalt. It is hot. So we're going to start tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's our schedule from here until we test out, 4 a.m. I'm good with that. His truck is actually parked here at the campus inn. We have the passcode to get into it and the key, and we can do pre-trips all night long if we want to. At any point in time that we want to do a pre-trip, we go up there to that truck and we knock it out. Excellent guy. And I said in one of my first videos, research and prayer is what led me to this decision to come here. And on the side of his truck is scripture, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Thank you. That helps me. Whatever your process is to make a decision, whatever you use, for me it's research and prayer. Prayer number one. And that comforts me a little bit more. I got a guy that is like-minded, willing to work with me and help me. So that's huge. So we're going to spend the next, I can't test till the 17th, August 17th, so next week and a half of doing what we got to do to get this passed. So I will make videos as I can. I don't know what's coming up next week, maybe some trips. I'll make videos as I can, fill you guys in on whatever else I learn as I go, and we'll go from there. As always, guys, keep your head up. Keep moving forward always. Do your best to be your best. If you want to come out here, throw my driver code in there, WBBDSH. No lie, that kicks me some money. I'm not shy about that. If you don't want to use it, that's fine too. If you have questions, reach out. I'll answer them if I can. It's not about the money for me. If you want to do that, great. If you don't, I'm good with that too. Appreciate you guys. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward.